Hello, I'm your local life coach, Alexis Perkins. Nice to meet you. I would say I do all right as an adult, and I'm personally interested in seeing you thrive in this stage of your life. Here are some tips. First of all, if you're using the word adult in the form of a verb, i.e. adulting, you are probably not coping well with the demands of adult life, and I recommend you stick around and hear my advice. And please stop using that word. It makes you sound immature. Tip number 2. Refer to your desk/office/cubicle as the fort. It makes work a little more fun, or a little less not fun. Number 3. Only trust news and advice from reputable sources. I don't know why you're listening to me. But more on the news. Fact-checking is your friend, and you have an ethical responsibility not to spread misinformation with your mouth or whatever social media site you post to. Number 4, and I'm very serious about this one. Do not take in furniture off the curb. I don't care how good it looks. I don't care if you have a friend with a truck who gets off work in 30 minutes. Don't do it. I understand furniture is expensive. If you're buying secondhand, please teach yourself how to inspect furniture for bed bugs. All furniture. All of it. I personally have lived through 3 infestations because some people don't learn. To remedy the situation is neither cheap nor time efficient. And if you're allergic to the bites like me, they can be quite painful and unsightly. Never mind trying to rest with the psychological knowledge that something is
feeding on you.
I'm traumatized and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Moving on, tip number 5. Don't drink flavored vodka. You are grown now. It was never a good idea in the first place. We've made it to the financial portion. Tip number 6, this is all gonna be rolled into one. If you have a job that offers you 401k benefits, especially if they agree to match a certain percentage of your salary, definitely see if you can put in what they agree to match, if not more, based on your own personal budget. Because that's like free money. It's kind of like a raise. While you're at it, you should ask for a raise, because your employer probably knows you deserve one and is banking on you not asking for one. Especially if you're a woman or a person of color. Unfortunately, a lot of the times you have to ask for what you're already owed. I don't make these rules and I certainly don't agree with them. I know that asking for a raise can be nerve-wracking and scary. I've only asked for a raise once in my life, and I have to tell you, it was one of the most empowering experiences I've ever had advocating for myself. I asked for a meeting with my boss. I had an airtight long list of reasons why I deserved a raise, and I went in to talk to him about it. I got started and he's like, I don't even need to hear any of those reasons. I already know what they are, and he gave me a $15,000 raise. It took me over half a year to work up the courage to ask for that meeting. So please just do yourself a favor and ask now. If you don't already have one, you should probs get a credit card that gets you at least 1% back on purchases, if not more benefits. Trust me, if I qualified for one 5 years ago, I can almost guarantee you do. But promise me, you will live within your means. You will pay that baby off every month and build that credit, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks. Actually, I highly recommend you live below your means if you're up for it. I did discover that there were a lot of products and activities that I felt pressure to take part in, that when I took a step back, I realized I don't really want these things. I don't really enjoy doing this stuff. I'm not gonna pay for this. So examine what you value and live below your means if you're able to. Tip number 7, time to get sticky. If you're a person with periods, I highly recommend you look into using a cup over disposable products, because they're way cheaper over time. They can actually alleviate cramps. They don't cause toxic shock syndrome, which almost killed me in high school. There's less waste, and you can leave it in for like 12 hours. Bonus tip, if you've reached adulthood and you still think periods are gross, stop that. That's even more immature than using the word adulting. Number 8, learn to apologize and admit when you're wrong. If you're a person who this is particularly hard for, you may be surprised to find out that after just a little bit of work, it's extremely liberating to say you're sorry and admit that you were at fault when you were in the wrong. Number 9, and this one is a little controversial. Don't make your bed. Some people tout that making your bed daily is going to somehow magically improve your life, but who has the time? And honestly, what's the point? You're just gonna sleep in it again.
Well, you hope so.
Number 10, did you know that most people would rather be in pain and be polite than risk being impolite? Don't do that. If someone is making you uncomfortable, hurting you, or harassing you, you don't have to be nice. We're socialized to be nice, and I for sure believe in being kind, but being nice is not the same thing. And if someone's harming you, you don't have to participate in the charade of being nice to that person. Lastly, but very importantly, number 11, it's always beneficial to examine yourself for unconscious biases and prejudices. It's okay. We all grew up in this system that socialized us to have these. What's not okay is to deny this fact so as to avoid doing the work on yourself. Those are my 11-ish tips. Leave your adulthood life hacks in the comments, and then we can all go read the comments and become so good at being adults that we can just skip to being seniors and go hang out in a sick retirement home together. That sounds really nice. I miss people. Leave your adult diapers in my mailbox.
What if I made that the thumbnail?